Ontario dog owners and dog lovers, stop what you're doing and listen to this video because there is a law that affects you that most dog owners and dog lovers don't know about. And I've just been dealing with this quite a lot in my practice, and it is time for me to create access to this information. Everyone needs to know what I'm about to share. In Ontario, we have a statute that is called the Dog Owners Liability Act, okay? This law creates what is called strict liability to dog owners if their dog attacks or injures a person or a domestic animal. And the thing is, as the dog owner, you don't even need to be there when the attack happens to be found liable. So when I say strict liability, what that means is that if you are the owner of a dog that attacks or injures another person or domestic animal, then you will be found liable or legally responsible for that, regardless of what your intent was at the time or what your mental state was at the time, and regardless of whether your dog had a pre-existing propensity to attack. This is an area of tort law. So if you recall in my defamation series, torts are wrongful acts that typically lead to some sort of personal injury or damage. And dog attack cases are a type of, they fall under personal injury, but it is subject to this very specific law in Ontario. It used to be that we relied on the common law doctrine of scienter, which looked at whether the owner of the dog had knowledge of the dog's pre-existing propensity to attack. And if the owner knew that the dog was risky and failed to take proper precautions, such as leashing or whatnot, that negligence then would expose the owner to liability. But based on the DOLA, the Dog Owners Liability Act, that is no longer relevant. If the dog is yours and the dog injures someone or another animal, you are liable. But there's more. If that dog was in the possession of a third party at the time of the attack, such as a dog walker, dog sitter, or a neighbor, that person, that third party, could also be facing strict liability because for the purposes of this act, that person will be deemed to be the owner of the dog at the time of the attack if it was in their possession. So please familiarize yourself with this area of law. If you have questions about it, ask me now, I'll answer.